That was a game that happened.
Let's go.
And had some things to talk about.
It's just a Denver sports winners lounge.
Oh, bro.
Absolutely.
We're shining out here. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge.
Let's go.
Presented by Bet365. Wait a second. There we are. Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer. Find out why. Whatever the moment. Never ordinary at Bet365. Not in the Toyota Lounge today, though. Hanging out in studio.
Yeah, in a studio to be named later. As in 2026.
To be named soon. Studio to be
Wait
named
on
soon.
it.
Alex, a little
Wait
tease.
on it.
Nuggets get the win. 115-106 over the Charlotte Hornets. Jamal Murray was on fire early. There's some stuff to go over, but the
Careful,
Nuggets...
don't do the whole game
Don't
on
do the whole... Yeah, you're like, I have to find a big takeaway.
Yeah,
over
Don't
here.
do the show before the fast breakdown.
Harrison wins in the building.
Man, 10 straight road wins, and I see people already in the chat complaining we're not running the funky music back. Did we mess up there?
Man, we might have.
I mean, it was...
No, we told you here to do it.
It was a pretty vibeless win, other than the fact that they
Wait.
won 10 straight on the road.
Yeah, you hear? Did you not play the funky? Okay,
We told you.
We told you to do it.
Let's go.
And then we got Brendan Vogt over here.
Yeah, fired up. Did it just get cold in here? I cannot keep up with the temperature. Not at work in DNVR, just room to room,
Well,
minute
that
to
is
minute.
true.
It's just so drastically
It's a
different.
storyline for sure.
All right.
That is. Put a pin in it because we're going to circle back
We'll
to
get
that
back to
one
that.
later on.
Segment 4.
segment, yeah.
Nuggets get the win. Kind of we're kind of being cheeky today because it was one of those games that kind of happened. You know, I always talk about games that how long will you remember it, and I'll say that's a game
Yep.
we'll remember for the rest of our life. We'll remember that game. And then there's some games where you're like, in a week we won't remember this game. I don't know if I'll remember this one in a week.
I think this show is my only shot at remembering it at all.
We're gonna try to burn it into our memory as best we can, but we don't think it'll happen. I'll give you a fast breakdown, man. This fast breakdown. A paragraph, very fast breakdown.
As it should be.
As it should be. Murray starts hot. You guys remember that?
That is a good first
That's a
note.
very good first.
Yeah.
And then Jokic put Kalkbrenner in foul trouble in like 3 minutes. He had to go to the bench right away. It was a full-on Murray flurry halfway through the quarter. He had 10 points in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Nuggets had a lead, but Charlotte Hornets, they took 14 of their first 17 shots were from three, or 13 of their first 17.
Yep.
And they made a handful of them. They even went 3 for 3 at one point that made it close. Then you got Jalen Pickett minutes, and Jamal Murray continued the flurry from start to finish. 23 points on 10 of 13 shooting
Goodness gracious.
in the first quarter alone. But Nuggets were tied. You get 23 points from Jamal, and it's 34-34.
Not ideal.
Second quarter, bench struggling to score. Nuggets never found a rhythm. Those are the notes. 57-58 Hornets. Period 3. Nuggets opened it up to 7. P-Watt had some strange plays in this one, man, including a very weird... Nuggets are up 7 and building their first real lead of the game.
Yeah.
And P-Watt called an ISO for himself at a weird point. Missed it, and it was weird. They go the other way and score. And then Jokic was doing that thing where he just kept taking threes. It was annoying. Jokic did hit a buzzer beater, though, in the quarter, and it was 87-81 heading into the final frame. The bench, though, to open up the fourth quarter, did what we have seen them do multiple times, which was get humming and start playing. I thought Pickett and Big Val both made plays at the start of that fourth quarter. Pickett did give up a 4-point play, however, that kind of negated a lot of the work that they had done. It was an 11-point lead when Jokic came in with 6 minutes to go, and they kind of just walked it down. You know, it wasn't like there was a run or anything in the clutch. They just kind of walked the game down, up 11. They finish up 9. And that's how the game went, 115-106. All right, it's time for Red Hawk Roofing. Big takeaways.
Go.
Vogt, why don't you start us off?
Sure. I will go with the obvious. How about that? 23 points in the first quarter for Jamal Murray. That tied his career high, fellas, for most points in any quarter ever.
Wow.
That is the tied for the best ever Murray flurry.
That is the best. Yeah, I think at that point it's just an avalanche, right? When you
Yeah.
go for 23. So
Ice Age.
that ties for the most he's ever scored in any quarter in his career. And, 11 points through the final 3 quarters from there certainly tapered off. But what happened was Denver really had no rhythm or offense at all in the first half. And thankfully Murray came to play. And I kind of thought by the time Murray cooled off, the Hornets had cooled off from three. The Nuggets kind of had gotten their feet underneath them. And that lead was already kind of opening up. So, in a lot of ways, I thought Murray had kind of already done his work to get them to that point. They built a lead on the foundation of his strong start, which kept them in it as the Hornets bombed away. So it's just, we've said it enough times now, but, he is walking the walk here in the first 3 months of the season. He's doing what he said he would do. And if Murray's not ready to play tonight, or today, I should say, that could be a very, very different ball game. But he was 34 for 27. Pretty impressive stuff.
It really was, man. It's weird that he cooled off after that first quarter because he was so red hot. But to your point, he had some pep in his step. He was hyper aggressive. He looked good. And then Michael Maloney used to always say he was shooting into a big basket tonight in that first quarter. It just felt like he had the confidence that if he got the ball out of his hands, it was going to go in. It's just so fun to watch. Weird that they were tied, though, in those minutes.
It was really weird.
Not his fault, I don't think, but just weird.
No, the Hornets took a boatload of threes. Now, the Nuggets give up a lot of open threes. That's just part of it. Their point of attack defense is really bad. Their pick and roll defense is really bad. And once that first line breaks, they tend to kind of overcompensate and over-rotate to take away the rim. They will leave.
That's a good point.
They will leave corner shooters open. And I think teams have picked up on that. The other part of it was that's what you do, right? When you're an underdog in Charlotte's position, down a lot of guys, you shoot a lot of threes. So not the most inspiring start from Denver defensively, but Murray being ready to go kind of kept them in this thing until they were ready to go win it.
Yeah, it's a good take. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. I'm going to go big picture with this one.
Oh, step back a little.
I'm going to step back, take a 1,000-foot view.
That's too far. That's too far.
Take a 5,280-foot view.
There you go.
And the Nuggets won 10 games in a row on the road, which is crazy. It's not a 10-game win streak. The Broncos actually have a 10-game win streak. They won 10 games in a row before the Nuggets. But
good for the Broncos.
If you step back and look at this team, they're 17-6. They're the second best record in the Western Conference. And yeah, you can talk about the defense, which definitely needs to get a lot better. You can talk about the bench, which needs to improve as well. But I think overall with where this team is at, down two really important players, Aaron Gordon and Christian Braun, I think they're actually in a very good spot, all things considered. The injuries suck, and it's kind of, put them in a weird spot with some of the lineups they have to play and what Adelman has to do out there. But, there's been a lot of hand-wringing over this team because expectations are so high, and they should be that high. We should be really pissed, when they lose to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
But then, the Nuggets aren't playing last night, and I'm looking at the scoreboard going around the association myself. And you know who lost to the Mavericks? The Houston Rockets.
They might be good.
So, look, the Nuggets have had some bad moments this year, absolutely. Like those last 4 losses at home were definitely inexcusable for a team that has these types of standards. But 17-6, they have a chance to go 4-0 on this road trip, down 2 starters. They're taking care of business right now, even if it's not the prettiest win. I think you can just look at this team and say they're in a pretty good spot, all things considered, with everything they've had to deal with this season already.
I agree with that, actually. I do. And like the losing 4 in a row at home leaves a really kind of acrid smell in the air, right?
Yeah,
for
sure.
As it should. Like, so it's not even about like lecturing people who were worried or upset or frustrated. It's just as they pick up another win on the road, Harrison, to your point, you consider the injuries and you look at the standings, you go, yeah, this is a good spot. They're not going to catch OKC. Maybe they never would have, but they have left themselves, I think, by the work they've done on the road, they've left themselves in a position to still compete in this Western Conference. And they're playing other shorthanded teams. A lot of guys get hurt. It's no small thing to be missing both Christian Braun and Aaron Gordon.
100% agree, man. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, somewhat similar here in that I'm going to take a even bigger view, 14,000 foot view.
Okay.
Just go up a little higher from what your view was. No, but the Nuggets went through a lull. If you kind of step back, you can look at the season arc. They lose the first game in a row of the year, win 3 in a row, lose 1, win 8 in a row, something like that. And then they hit this little patch where they were losing basically every other game for a little while. And that's where things felt bad. Aaron Gordon goes down, Christian Brown goes down. Some of those losses, even though they were close, you feel a certain way about them. These 3 wins on the road, even though it was the Pacers and the Hornets, 2 bad teams, but you had Atlanta in between there, and just the way in which you got it done. Jamal Murray, 52 points. Jokic, 40 points. Murray again tonight with that big quarter. To me, it is hard sometimes to just kind of appreciate the base hits that the team can string together in a row, because none of these games are big time. They're all little. But you sit there and go, yeah, but this is what you have to do. You kind of have to get a couple base hits and just survive until Aaron Gordon comes back and hopefully Christian Brown comes back. The Nuggets now have 2 flights to Sacramento and home between now and December 22nd. And I think it is underrated how difficult the Nuggets' lives have been for the last month. It really has been a different bed. At most, they've stayed in the same bed 2 nights. That's the most they've slept in the same bed for over a month now. And I think you just don't notice it when you're not the one doing it. When it's someone else, you're like, well, what big deal is that? It's such a huge deal. And now they come home for a little bit. They'll go to Sacramento, then come back, and then they'll be at home for 4 straight. And that takes them all the way up until the night of December 22nd when they'll have to fly out to Dallas. And to be honest with you, who knows? Maybe not everybody even travels for that one and you stay home and get ready for the Christmas game. So I think that the Nuggets now basically get 2.5 weeks where they will be at home. And I think it's a big deal. I think it's underrated that how big of a deal it is that they'll get that.
And it could be a big deal, especially coming off this road trip. This is their longest road trip of the season so far, 4 games. I mean, you can say 3 or 4.
What's hilarious is right after that stretch I'm telling you about, they have a 7-game road trip.
I know.
Right
it's coming.
So enjoy your 2 weeks, boys.
Totally. But I mean, this road trip, I feel like could be important for this team going forward. I mean, you can really grow closer on the road. You hang out with each other. You don't have your families there.
Yeah.
You're just kind of in the foxhole together and just stacking wins. Again, not the prettiest. Who cares? In this league, a road win is a road win.
Yeah. Especially against the East, where all you can do is check a box. There's nothing else that matters.
Right. Division games, Western Conference games, you probably have a little more of a scouting report than you do against the Hornets, for example. A win is a win on the road. And to go 3-0 so far on this trip, it can bring this team together a little more, I think.
One other thing I'll throw out there, man. Special night for the city of Denver to get your Avs. And it's not just like random teams win, right? Whatever. It's happened before. But the Avs are having an incredible season right now. Odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup. Is that right? Yeah. Are they number 1? Yep. Odds-on favorite. Broncos right now, best record in the NFL. And the Nuggets, the most disappointing.
I know.
This is like
the worst team playing in Denver right now.
This is totally the 3 kids, and they all went to, 2 of them went to Harvard, and one of them went to Yale. It's like, oh, he didn't get into Harvard, did he? He's a Stanford guy. That's too bad.
That's what it was like with my family, for sure. Yeah.
But the Nuggets at 17-6, and just to get all 3 of them on the same night is pretty cool, man. Doesn't happen too often. We're shining out here.
I mean, the Denver sports boom, it's still happening. It's still happening, man. And
the Denver sports boom.
That's what a lot of people are calling it. Yeah.
I don't even, the boom.
You haven't heard that?
Well, I've heard it from you.
Yeah,
I like it.
A lot of people have been saying it.
A lot of people, man.
But I mean, it's an awesome time to be here in Denver. And I mean, it's not just that it's the Denver sports boom. It is that. But these teams in Denver have franchise cornerstone pieces that are going to make them really, really good for a long time past just this season.
Bro, I want to be... Boston had this, unfortunately, for me in my most formative years, my college and post-college. That's when they went on their massive run.
Yeah, I
remember. And I just remember how obnoxious it was. God, it'd be so nice to be just as obnoxious.
I know.
Have a nice little run here in Denver where it's like, oh, man, how come Denver gets to win everything?
And then we just start out of nowhere, we just start comparing ourselves to New York City and try to make it a rivalry, even though no one else really even groups you guys together.
I always love when you can elevate the Boston part of this. I just love it.
Really quick note on the schedule before we head into a break. So if you're the week starts on Monday kind of person, the Nuggets play 1 game this week, and then they play 2 games next week. And I mention that because these are 2 weeks that are portions of the weeks that Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown are out. And so,
good point.
That's a
you
good
know what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not all weeks are created equal.
Yeah.
If you, so it's just maybe that, you know.
See, people in the chat are saying Denver sports boom. I told you.
That people are literally
I
saying
told
that.
you.
They're
People
to
have
that.
been saying it. Yeah, shut up, man. Shut up.
The boom. All right, we got to take a break. On the other side, we'll hop into the players here and try to mine what we'll most remember about this game.
Just out on Colfax. Hey, you guys enjoying the Denver sports boom right now?
People might know what you're talking about. Shout out to New Built Restoration and Construction. Let's talk about these guys. They are licensed general contractors who can help with any project, big or small. Available 24/7, and they truly care about being there for their customers with over 600 reviews. That proves to be true. New Built Restoration and Construction, they'll work with your insurance to make sure a stressful process like you might be going through is as smooth as possible. Repair services offered as well by these guys: fire damage, water damage, mold removal, repair services, commercial projects, and they're also true DNVR fans. So if you have any needs at all, you know, that a general contractor has to do with, got to hit up New Built Restoration and Construction.
Knowing a general contractor is honestly one of the most valuable things
for
you
sure,
can have. If you don't know one, I'm telling you, you feel like you're missing out. But these are homies.
Right.
These are DNVR Nuggets homies. And so things like, yes, broken pipe floods your basement, all of a sudden it's tons of damage and a nightmare to deal with insurance. It is nice to know you have somebody that specializes in those things.
Yeah, and if one of those things happens, you don't want to be flipping through Yelp or, you know, the internet and being like, oh man, who should I call? You know, you want to have a go-to. So make it New Built. When that home emergency hits, New Built Restoration and Construction will be there. NUBILT.com, 720-903-4254, and let them know we sent you.
Strawberry Fields Forever. They've got locations all across the state. Strawberry Fields does. Denver. Oh, am I on the wrong? I am on the. I'm sorry, guys.
I was like, man, I didn't realize this was the one.
It was sometimes I just mess up, guys. That's what happens. How about no? We are still talking about Strawberry Fields, though, aren't we? Are we?
Yeah.
We are. Man, listen. Can we start the whole day over?
Start it over.
Because it started with me slipping and falling on the ice, and it's not gotten any better. Strawberry Fields Forever. They've got locations across the state: Denver, Pueblo, Trinidad, and Downeyville on the side of I-70 going to the mountains. So there's probably a Strawberry Fields right along your route. You can check out their menu online. They've got payment options online as well to skip the real life line, get in and out fast, or get straight back to your couch even faster. That might be exactly where you're headed once you go to Strawberry Fields. They carry a wide range of products: premium flower, vaporizers, edibles, infused drinks, tinctures, concentrates, topicals, you name it. Their bud tenders actually know their stuff, and they're great at helping you find exactly what you're looking for. They run solid deals every day, so you can grab high quality products without spending a ton. And don't forget, use code DNVR for 25% off your entire purchase from now until 2026. You have to be 21 or older with a valid ID to purchase. More info at strawberryfieldscannabis.com.
All righty, we are back here, segment 2. Let's dive into this. So, Jamal Murray, 34 points, 14 of 25. He also gets 5 assists, 3 rebounds. He was a game best, plus 14. He shares that honor with Spencer Jones. This is twice now twice in 3 games that he has had at least one Murray flurry of a quarter. And this one, the biggest of them all, 23 points. I think that like being hot for all of game, when you're a player like Jamal, you're just going to go through lulls. Right. But it means something that you can have quarters like these, because all it takes is one player having a big quarter for you to have like some good momentum. So to me, the fact that he's starting to get these somewhat consistently is a big deal to me.
It does feel like they are coming way more consistently. Like he's had a couple of, not quarters where he scored this many points, because this was a career high. But I mean, we've had Murray flurries a lot, especially over this road trip, man. And I mean, he has followed through in coming into the season in better shape and really taking October, November, and now December really seriously. It set him up, I think, to be in real contention for the first time for an all-star berth.
Yeah.
Like, that's the funny thing when you talk about Jamal Murray being an all-star. Everybody's like, yeah, he's never been an all-star. He's never been close to being an all-star.
Right. Yeah.
It hasn't even really been a discussion. He's never really been an actual consideration. This year, he definitely will be. And I think right now, you just look at the team world, what it could be with Franz Wagner going out tonight. Like, he might have the inside track on one of those last spots. And it's because of quarters like this and games like this and, the 55 he had and just these monster scoring games and moments. He has leveled up as a regular season player so far this season from where he's been in years past.
You want some data?
Please.
This was the 17th Murray flurry. If we're counting 10 points as a Murray flurry, 17th one this season.
Wow, that does seem like a lot. Well, first of all, just this early on, it has to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think another stat probably worth looking into.
Against Indiana, his 50-piece, he had 4 Murray flurries.
4 more, yeah. I noticed that, yeah. I think that's just called dominating. But yeah, I mean, it does feel like for it to all be happening this early on. I mean, this has to be the most 30-point plus games he's put together before January. I'm sure it's actually not even that close. And it has felt timely, man. I feel like we can count 3 to 5 times already this year where you go either his big fourth quarter or his big first quarter. Like, if they had last year's version of Jamal, maybe they don't win those games. Right now, they have a Jamal who's locked in. They have a Jamal who's focused on what matters, which is the present moment. And they have a Jamal Murray who's in shape. Which is just
big deal.
It can really be that simple for him because he's that good. And right now, it looks like when he needs to get to the rim, he can. Looks like when he needs his legs underneath him for one of those crazy footwork mid-range jumpers, he has them. And it's just made all the difference in the world for a team that's been navigating all the things we were just talking about.
Yep.
So one thing that's cool about this is Jamal had 39 Murray flurries last year.
Okay.
42, I believe, the year before that. I'm looking at the championship. This includes playoffs, by the way. So even in the playoffs, which he's going to have more of them there. And then 54 in 2023, the year they won the championship. The fact that he's at 17 already, he's more in line with that 23 season, which is great. And again, that includes playoffs. And so a handful of those actually happened in the playoffs. In fact, the year I'm talking about where he had 54, the championship year, damn near have, a lot of them. Actually, that is 19 of them, 19 or 20 of them happened in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
Again, you're playing a little bit harder, you're being a little bit more aggressive, probably playing longer minutes.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes to show you that Jamal Murray is off to this great start this year already.
And it's going to pay dividends down the road, too. I mean, this is another game where Nikola Jokić didn't really need his fastball. He didn't need to be in top gear for this one. He had some great moments. I mean, his threes, he did some work inside in the first half. But, I mean, when he can kind of take a step back in a back seat, scoring-wise, I mean, it's going to save his energy. It's going to save his legs throughout the whole year.
Well, speaking of Jokić, did you have another Murray
Just
point?
last Murray note, because we've been talking about it. No turnovers today.
Oh,
which
nice.
is great.
Nice. Jokić tonight, 28 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, Sombor double. He missed 5 shots tonight, 4 of which were threes. He went 4 of 8 from 3, so his percentage was good. 11 of 16. Are you annoyed at all, Wind, at him taking the 8 threes? I mean, he ended up making them at the end to kind of catch up, but it did feel like another night where he just was not going below the foul line.
I feel like that happened more in the second half because Charlotte was starting to double him. They started to double him way more after halftime. Interesting adjustment from them considering it was Jamal that was killing them in the first half. But I just remember him going down into the post below the foul line a couple times and them sending an immediate hard double. So I got to think that had something to do with it. But he did wind up with 28 points, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he shot 4 of 8 from 3. There's part of it is kind of recalibrating the expectations because from last year to this year, Jokić has really, really leveled up as a 3-point shooter, just as far as the consistency in the regular season. And I think there's really only 2 games so far where I actually found myself actively annoyed by the threes. That was the Golden State game, of course.
Yeah, opening night for sure.
And this most recent one when he referred to himself as a sissy and then came back out in the second half.
You would never call him that.
I personally would
not
never
even dare call
just to
him
be
that.
clear, that's his word choice.
But that is his word
But there
choice.
is a little bit of, when a true shooter starts, when Tim starts 1 of 5, you're like, keep shooting, man. You could finish 3 of 8, 4 of 8. Jokić might be just in that category now. He's shooting the cover off the ball. So, I think for the most part, if he's shooting really well from three, it's okay.
It is kind of hilarious that he said sissy. Don't you think? Like, just the ultimate tough guy that, like, there's nothing he could worse insult himself with.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And like, I was a wuss out there, man. I don't know what you want
I was
going to
say. That was probably the gentlest version of what he wanted to say.
It's so true. Yoke, though, of all the guys, man, like, I think there's this hope that Yoke will just take over. Aaron Gordon's out, this or that. But I think that Yoke even knows, like, I'll burn myself out doing that at this time. It's the Hornets, it's the Pacers, it's the Hawks. You know, he kind of senses how the game's going and then presses when needed. And unfortunately, that kind of sucks because it felt like they could have put this game away if he would have pressed, you know, at some point in this game. Instead, he let it play out, and the Nuggets only won by 9 points.
Yeah. And look, I mean, Yoke also knows, he just knows that at this point in the season, yeah, if he's having to go into the post 10 times in a game and score 30-something to win, he knows that will wear him out. But he also knows that this is the time to get his other guys going. You know, he wants to get Peyton Watson going whenever he's in the starting lineup with him. He wants to see Cam Johnson shoot the ball through the net. Like, he wants Tim Hardaway to have big nights like this. And he obviously wants Jamal to have more games like this because he knows it will pay off down the line.
I think he also just wants to establish this shot for himself and for the team.
Might be right.
As just a zag to, like, when teams are going to do what they do, maybe it's going small, just selling out to deny the ball, leaving corner shooters wide open to just make sure Jokic can't really touch it and turn.
Yep.
Maybe the best way to beat that at times is to just pop out and knock down some threes. And coming off of last year's great percentage, he might be feeling more confident than ever that that's not just something he might have to do or resign himself to do, but something he can do and a weapon for this team.
I will say, though, that I'm a little bummed by the lack of triple-doubles. You know, because for a while there, he was on pace.
Yeah, he's got to pick it up.
Well, he was just on pace where I was like, man, he's going to do it. And I guess it's really only 2 in a row that he has it. Actually, 3 in a row now that he hasn't gotten it. And I'm just a little bummed because we're going to get later in the season where it'll be just close enough that we'll start sweating him.
I know.
And I can already see it. I just would rather him have this big lead.
I want Yoke to get one against every team this season.
Yeah, Charlotte's going to be tough now.
Right. Well, now these Eastern Conference teams, Charlotte, Atlanta, he has to get it when they come to Denver.
By the way, you pointed this out. Jalen Johnson followed it up with another triple-double.
Unbelievable, dude.
A guy, a Jokic guy. Did you see Atlanta Hawks, by the way, posted the Jokic Jalen Johnson? Did you guys see that?
No.
They posted a thing that was like fastest triple-double Yoke, second fastest Jalen Johnson.
Wait, he got the second fastest
second
triple-double?
fastest. It was 16:45. I thought it was the third, but he did it in under 17 minutes.
It might be like they did it since whatever year, because remember the guy that Jokic passed was like 1950.
It was Jim Tucker, but he just passed him straight up. He just passed him straight up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, it's just it is cool, and I like this. I like Yoke's status among the league, where it's like cool for the Atlanta Hawks official account to tweet out a Jokic stat.
Yeah, exactly.
Because their guy was almost as good.
It's like tweeting out a
Something
LeBron
crazy
James
is they've played the Kings 3 times, and he has not had a triple-double in any one of those games. So thank you, Adam Silver, for the NBA Cup and putting the Kings on our schedule again.
For
so
our own
Jokic
little
can get it.
agenda.
That's crazy because I think the Kings are one of his top victims.
They make him a scorer. Yeah, they love making him a scorer.
You know, here's one thing though. So we talked about Murray and Yoke. Who should we talk about next? Because I'm not sure anybody else had that noteworthy. I do think there's some guys that had some good moments, but who's the most noteworthy person from this game?
That's a really good question. Is it Tim Hardaway Jr.?
I mean, to me,
the next most points,
it's kind of David Adelman and a change to the rotation.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like that.
To me, is
like
the
where
next
your head's
biggest
at, dude.
storyline.
I think you're right.
Because Zeke Daji has been coming off the bench in that backup spot the last couple games. Really, like the last week or so, couple weeks. It has not gone great. And today, Jalen Pickett is in that spot for really the first time during this configuration where guys have been out. And he played 16 minutes. Like, he played a bunch. No, it's not like he was in there for just a token couple minutes.
You're
He
right.
played a real rotation spot tonight. And I thought he was decent. I thought he was.
That was his second most minutes played on the season so far, Harrison. And once at first he was off ball, and it seemed like it was like, what's even the plan here? And then B, you could tell how conservative he was playing, as if he didn't want to be the guy that messed things up.
And this is my critique of him, and I do also understand why. I said this the other day, but Jalen Pickett has come in at garbage time a little bit and been bad, inconsequential. You know, up 15, up 20, come in for 90 seconds. But I still know that those minutes matter, and they matter in a lot of ways. Some of it is just your ability to approach any minutes. And I thought Pickett tonight had a very strong final 5 minutes he was out there of the 16. But I thought the early part of it bothered me a little bit, and just how conservative he was being. Yeah. You could tell he was out there just like, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. And it's like, yeah, but you can actually kind of be a little aggressive here trying to get the ball where it's supposed to go. But I did think the last 5 minutes he had some great passes, just setting the table, had some good defensive plays, a couple really impressive defensive plays. So I thought he picked it up, and I hope it's like a sign of things to come. If you remember Pickett last year, it wasn't until he started playing consistently that he started to get a little bit of momentum. He's not a good enough player to count on that. You might only get 3-4 opportunities of this, and I just hope he opens it up and is a little more aggressive. I'm not worried about him turning the ball over a ton. Go out there and try to be a point guard for this team, because the Nuggets just need to see it. They need to see like Spencer Jones had 5 fouls tonight. He fouls nonstop, but he's not afraid to do that because he knows my job's defense, and I'll have to scale down that. Pickett needs to, in my opinion, be aggressive trying to run the show, not just be very conservative, not turning it over.
Yeah. And he also needs the ball in his hands too. Like if you're playing him in a lineup and he's in the dunker.
Totally.
He's like spacing. Like, what are we really doing here? He's got to be a point guard. He needs the ball in his hands to be effective.
Yeah.
And so it will just be interesting how David Adelman adjusts going forward. I mean, I'm sure we'll see this alignment, against Sacramento and, maybe in the next couple of games. But, can Jalen Pickett be effective for you coming off the bench? Because I do think they need a little more ball handling. And he did have some good moments today, whether it was the 2-man game. He had that nice steal. So he did have some good plays today, but I do agree. He came in pretty passive, but maybe he was just trying to get a feel for the game, and then he kind of turned it on.
Here's why it matters. And everybody knows I like Pickett. I believe in him as a 10th guy. I just think he's somebody that can be good. But it's noteworthy to me that Julian Strawther, who I think makes a lot of mistakes and I don't really love his game, came into a playoffs with the cojones to go in and have a big game.
Yep.
And I thought Pickett, when they played him in that OKC series for a very brief stint, he looked nervous. And so I judge it extra harsh when he comes into a game like this and looks conservative. And I'm like, hey, man, you got to don't be afraid to make mistakes. Be aggressive and confident to go do it. So for me, confidence is a thing that not everybody has. You can't just say, be more confident. Some people can, some people can't. And I hope he can, because I think he's a good enough player to help Denver out, much more so than Zeke Naji at the moment.
Yeah, and then you can also really lean into the Cam Johnson stagger and try to give Murray a breather, right? If that's your goal, then you do have a traditional point guard out there. So this is, I actually am surprised it took this long to get this extended look at Pickett. It's easy for me to say. I just am a bit surprised. I thought he was a little closer to on the bubble of the rotation. And I just think given how the Zeke Naji minutes have gone, it's worth trying. Can I ask you guys a quick semantic question?
Yeah.
Just because of what I wrote in my recap, I'm just curious. Would you guys say that Jalen Pickett was impressive tonight? Or would you say he just kind of kept his head above water? I don't think he was impressive.
All right, cool. I actually think he was a little impressive. Again, the first 10 minutes, unimpressive. The last 6, he did some stuff. The interception pass that he had was great. The pass to Jokic was great. And he had a couple other plays that were just I thought, not just doing his job, creating something. And so I thought it's just a little bit of 16 minutes. I thought 5 of them were good.
Yeah, but just
5 impressive minutes.
Fine. Yeah,
5 impressive
minutes.
All right, we'll keep a tally going.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. On the other side, we'll wrap up on this. Maybe go around the association and talk about what chapter of the season the Nuggets are in.
Shout out to Game Time. Did you guys know the World Cup is in the U.S.?
I've heard that, yes.
Coming summer?
I have. I was aware of that.
We've drawn the seed.
We got a great draw.
Did we really?
Great draw. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, don't listen to that guy, but great draw. And the World Cup is coming back. You can get your tickets on Game Time, of course. The best ticketing app out there. The only one I've got in my phone. There's a lot of choices out there. No, none of these apps are better than the Game Time app, though. It's an absolute lifesaver, and it gives the advantage back to fans with tickets to all the matchups that you care about. Whether it's, the World Cup next summer, Nuggets games, Avs games, Broncos games, Game Time, they have you covered. Fees are included. They got zone deals on there. When you log on to Game Time, It just shows you the best value tickets to the events you want. It does the work for you. They've got game time ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Lowest price guarantee, they have that as well, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying soccer tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
Broncos just won their 10th in a row. In 1 week, they'll be taking on the Packers here in Denver, and we are teaming up with Toyota for the Conscious Alliance Food Drive. What is that? Glad you asked. I'll break it down for you. It's the season of giving. We're getting into that spirit with Toyota. And at that Broncos tailgate, here's what we're trying to do. We have our own custom Toyota Tundra with some sweet DNVR wraps on there. We're trying to fill that thing with as many non-perishable food items as possible, all of which will benefit Conscious Alliance. So if you're willing and able, come party with us at the Broncos Packers tailgate December 14th at Sportsfan on 18th and Federal. Give back to those in need and bring some non-perishables to donate. Again, literally, we're just trying to fill the entire truck up. So we need your help with that.
This is super cool. Come out to our tailgate rules, by the way.
It's such a good tailgate.
We really do have the best
I know.
It's like a crazy deal, too. It's a very good deal for a tailgate.
Yeah.
And if you are just going to the bar that day to watch the game, we'll have a donation box set up there as well. So help us out at the Conscious Alliance Food Drive with our friends at Toyota.
All righty, back here, segment 3, DNVR Nuggets podcast. One other thing about this game, the Nuggets, as I previewed coming into on the previous show, Nuggets are now third best record in the NBA, second in the Western Conference. I think it's a big deal.
Third in the league, huh?
Third in the league, just the Pistons are ahead of them and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it's funny because I get it, the Nuggets have not looked as good as the Thunder. The Nuggets, even the Lakers have been, winning a bunch and doing all this stuff. And I just look at it and I go, they have the third best record. I think everybody needs a little calm down for the Nuggets. And they lost the first game of the year.
That's why I thought Wynn's Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway was so good for that reason. But again, it's specifically how it's played out. You're going one game at a time in Ball Arena and then back out on the road and you lose all those games. So like the home fans haven't gotten to see the good stuff in quite some time. So that's going to add to it. The expectations were really high. The defense slides are always concerning. I think it's specifically this dynamic that Spencer Jones described of kind of letting their foot off the gas pedal that I think right now is just kind of reached the point of exasperation for a lot of folks. But you guys are right. You guys are right. The Nuggets are in a good spot right now. And they've done it without some key players, not just two starters, but Julian Strawther's even a guy who would be playing right now with guys out. And he's out as well. So, there are a lot of negative trends worth tracking across the year. They are not at their best form yet, and they will need to be to win a title. But they're playing a little better than it feels like right now. And I think losing those home games is a big part.
It also just makes you wonder what if, too. What if Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown didn't get hurt?
I know.
How many losses would they actually have?
Well, I'm just looking at the Nuggets schedule, and it really, they have a little bit, as I've talked about, this 4-game homestand. They have a little bit of a let up over the next 2 weeks, but then it's back on the road. January is also tough, a lot of road games, some tough ones. But it really does set the table for the final month of the final 6 weeks of the season is where Denver makes up all of their record. Like that is where they're just at home almost the entirety of March and April. And I think it's one of those things where it's been tough so far. They're the third best record, second in the West. And there is a chance that if they're within 2 games come March 1st, it's like they can really just pass a bunch of people there. So kind of the story of the Nuggets right now. Hold on. Just hold on. Ride the ride and get to where you can. Anybody else from this game that's worth mentioning? Actually, I do think one. We mentioned it at the top, but Peyton Watson. Here's what I think about Jamal Murray's first quarter. He was so on fire that everybody else had to stand around and watch him a little bit. Not his fault. He was making every shot. Why would you not keep going to him? But I thought guys like Peyton Watson tonight got a little impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought he was the guy that was like, I got to do something now. And sometimes it's like, no, you don't necessarily have to. He ended up with a good stat line, 10 points, 8 rebounds is pretty good for him, but I actually was bothered by most of his game tonight.
Well, 4 turnovers too, and Jokic can have 4 turnovers. Like Peyton Watson really can't have 4 turnovers. And I think you just hit the nail on the head. I was complimenting him in recent performances for, despite coming into his own offensively of late, not trying to score 30 points every night and doing what they need him to do. In this game, impatient is such a good word choice, because I think that's exactly what happened. And like what Watson can actually eat in this starting lineup when he's feasting off of Jokic's gravity and off of everything they do well as a unit. He's not a guy you want forcing the issue. And I did think at times he just kind of called his own number tonight.
You know what else he did tonight? Missed shots at the rim. He had a bunch of shots in that restricted area or right around it that did not go down for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he also can get in a rhythm when things are going through Jokic too.
Right.
Like that's how P-Watt really gets going, you know, off cuts when Jokic has the ball, fast break opportunities. But yeah, I do think Jamal Murray cooking like he was in the first half kind of put everybody in passenger mode. Did you guys see Bruce Brown's stat line tonight?
I did.
20 minutes, 0.0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks.
Not a single stat.
2 personal fouls. If you're
20 minutes has to be the most anybody in the league, especially
That's
this
a Tony
season.
Snell. I think they call it officially if it's 20 minutes, the Tony Snell.
20 minutes to do. Like, when was the last guy to do that?
Wow,
to do a Tony Snell
In the NBA?
Yeah.
No, it happened like within the last week. I can't
did
remember
it?
who it was.
20 minutes without a
I think it
stat
might have
is
been Kyle Kuzma
wild.
has one this year. But
20
yes,
minutes?
20 minutes to not get a single thing, especially for a guy like Bruce.
I know.
There are
Who's-
some players who it's like you either shot the 3 or didn't. He does a little bit of everything, so to do nothing.
Yeah.
Man, and especially coming off of a couple good games in a row for Bruce, I thought. And then he just absolutely nothing tonight. Minus 12. Part of that was he checked in, and within 60 seconds, he was a -7 before he touched the rock. But yeah, zeros all across the board. That's hard
And
to
he
do.
was really only the rough part of the bench. I mean, Tim Hardaway +7, Big Val +3. They were +3 in the non-Jokic minutes, which you're going to win every game when that happens, probably.
And not a coincidence, I think, for Val, who I thought he missed some bunnies in this game, but he also in 13 minutes put up 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists with a steal and a block. Like I thought he was really active, and even if he had converted on a couple of bunnies, we might be talking about this more as a Big Val game.
Totally, man. And the second unit this whole season, I really think this has been the case. It's at its best when it runs through Big Val and when he's going, especially when that second unit has Cam Johnson on it and not Jamal Murray, you know, like has been the case the last few weeks.
Right.
When Jamal's out there, yeah, you can run 2-man game with those guys. Big Val can get going that way. But if he's not, I mean, you need to establish him in the post. You know, you need him to back down, just be physical and force his will, and just be a presence in there. That leads to just everything being easier for that group, and that's what happened today.
Playmaking was nice.
I like Jalen Pickett with Val for that reason.
Yeah.
Is I think if Pickett's on the floor and running the show, he is going to be getting the ball to Val.
Right.
It's kind of like
Right.
his primary job. And he had that great. I saw somebody in the chat say like it almost got intercepted. No, it didn't. I thought it was he did a great job of drawing a big gap between Val deep in the post and him extending his defender way out high, and then did like a jump rocket pass into him. Val missed the shot, which I thought was crazy because he caught it basically right above the restricted area. Yeah. But it's one of the things I'm intrigued by Pickett is I think he knows how to get it to the post very well, and and given that he's being conservative, it's like be conservative, just try to get to Val every time.
Right.
Because I think that would be good for the Nuggets. Nothing else really to report here. Cam Johnson, another single figures game, 8 points, was 2 of 7. Missed some shots. I don't really have anything else to say. Spencer Jones.
Cam Johnson also, he fouls a lot too, man. I mean, that's just me this game. I don't know what it is for this season. I just feel like he gets called for like the softest fouls.
He does. And at this point, if they're going to keep calling it, he should just start hitting guys. You know what I mean? I completely. Spencer Jones is another one too, where like his process could be the same from one game to another. Depending on how often he's whistled, you might feel way more frustrated with him. I mean, he was trying to do the same stuff he always is, right? Be disruptive, get physical.
Freaking Spencer Jones.
Did have 2 steals, but 5 personal fouls in 24
He also had
minutes.
2 3-pointers.
Hey, he's the Nuggets' best 3-point shooter, man.
I mean, he actually is
Statistically.
shooting the rock.
Yeah. I'm not
He
kidding.
is
I think he
shooting the
leads the
rocks.
Nuggets in 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
Can we hop around the association real quick, guys?
We could
Presented
definitely do
by
that.
Fire on the Mountain. We'll do a little. We'll start now. We'll take a break in a second. We'll wrap up. But I really wanted to start for this reason. Tonight in Oklahoma City is, of course, Fire on the Mountain. Go get yourself some delicious wings. Best wings in Colorado. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder decided to rest Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Alex Caruso, who's injured, Isaiah Hartenstein, Isaiah Joe,
5th on the MVP ladder,
and Lou Dort. They rested all of those guys, and they are on the road in Utah.
Okay, so they're losing one then, finally.
They were favored in this game by 10.5 points, and they are up by 26 at halftime. It's insane, man. I'm telling you, we've tried to make this like MVP thing a science and an art and all this stuff. And I'm telling you, at the end of the day, it just comes down to who do you like? Because this team, like, up 26 without the MVP, as well as several other starters.
Yeah.
Let me read you guys a stat line. You tell me who it is. 13 points in 10 minutes here. 5 of 6 shooting, 3 of 4 from 3 for OKC.
Dude, that sounds like Brandon Carlson.
As Brandon Carlson.
Just kidding.
Where'd
That's
he go to
crazy,
college?
man.
Brandon Carlson. Which, just to your point, and it's not even about disparaging anyone, because this is ultimately a monster compliment to the organization. It does not matter who they put on the floor right now.
Hey, here's a question for you. Do you guys remember when Chris Mannix put out the poll that said, would you rather have Brad Stevens or who was it? I don't even remember who the player was. Like any player, I think he said, or Brad Stevens. And like it's obviously aged very poorly and very silly. But I think for Sam Presti, it might actually be
It
right.
might actually be on, yeah.
But
Adam Silver has created a league where the most important person is the GM. And all this stuff. And he's phenomenal at it. He just is like unbelievable talent evaluator.
it's actually ridiculous. It's crazy.
They're up 26 points in the Utah Jazz.
It's unbelievable.
Also, tanking is going to get out of control this year. Like, we're not talking about it enough, but because it's early enough that it's not quite fully on everybody's radar. But you're watching the freaking Brooklyn Nets right now.
I sure am.
Not a good team, but they keep whooping all the actual tanking teams.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
and
They're
then
the
you
best of the tankers.
Like Washington, New Orleans. You watch those teams play, and you're like, my God, there's a whole other level
They
of
beat the
suck
Pelicans
here.
by like 25 last night.
And it was 25 early. It's
Yeah,
just like it was.
yeah.
It's a nobody's talking about it yet, but there are some teams that are so bad, and the draft is so powerful this year that I honestly think
draft.
we're going to get a lot of like 30, 40-point games in the last 2 months of the season where you're like, Denver's resting Jokic, Jamal, AG, and they're going to beat Utah by 40 points.
Yeah. Or Denver will do a thing they really like to do. Win it by 9.
The Nuggets have secured the 2 seed as long as they beat the Utah Jazz.
Forget about it.
It would be damning if they were to lose to the Jazz. Anyway, that I thought was crazy.
That is absolutely crazy.
Most valuable player, somehow you still win. The Orlando Magic.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
just to stick on the MVP real quick. It's so funny because everybody has been like, the narrative for Shai right now is like, oh man, if they win 70 games, he has to win MVP.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's a compelling argument.
And then a lot of people, like to say, like, you can't evaluate his on-off numbers. It's only about his on numbers. But like 70 wins plus his off numbers, like, doesn't that prove that like it's not all him?
What's happened with the MVP conversation is that people have dug into historical precedent and said things that feel like they really matter. Like you can't be this seed or you can't be that and you can't be this. It has to be, well, look at the record. And you're going to be stuck in a place where the Thunder are just going to have the best record, maybe for the next 5 years in the regular season.
Right.
And so is nothing else matter? Are we just going to only be able to do that?
I also wonder if we're kind of quickly approaching a new NBA where like a lot of those historical precedents maybe aren't quite as important or powerful. Or like we've never seen this much parity. Injuries are happening left and right. You know what I mean? So like home court advantage all but disappeared last playoffs. So I just wonder how many of these benchmarks are still the case.
I think it's even though just a little bit of boredom or whatever. Because remember when Russ won it, it's because he averaged a triple-double. And it was like, yeah, he averaged it. You have to do it. Then he did it 3 more times in a row. And he didn't win the MVP because people were just like, yeah, we said that last year. But it's almost like it expires. So I don't know. Everybody's just created these false, this is why a person should win. And now they all happen every year. Like, Yoke's going to average a triple-double again. Shai's going to have 70 wins. Luka's going to be on the Lakers. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, I want to do a little bit more around the association presented by Fire on the Mountain.
Shout out to our friends over at Red Hawk Roofing. Red Hawk Roofing, they are our guys. If you have any roofing needs, home business, whatever it might be, got to hit up Red Hawk Roofing. Quality materials, decades of experience, quick response time. Colorado's best estimators and contractors, and they'll walk you through a very stressful and expensive project that your roof might be. So if you have questions about your roof, if you think you might need to get it replaced, got to hit up Red Hawk Roofing. They're huge DNVR supporters. They'll take care of you, and they're not going to try to, rip you off or get one over on you. They're going to give you great customer service, free no obligation roof and property inspection, free in-depth photo report for all inspections. Support these guys like you support us here at DNVR. If you're looking for a new roof over your home or business, check out Red Hawk Roofing. 720-771-8921, redhawkroofing.com. Tell them DNVR sent you.
Shout out Shopify, the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. What kind of dreams did you have when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up? How about now? Are you thinking about starting your own business, like a late pivot in life? Well, if you do, you need Shopify. Shopify even powers the DNVR merch store, so consider this a testimonial. Tons of new, there's a new Jokic shirt actually on that DNVR merch store right now. Shout out D-Line. You can pick it up, and shout out Shopify for making it happen. They've got you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email and social media marketing, and more. They also have AI tools designed to help you maximize sales. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into
Cha-ching!
with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Cha-ching, Adam. Cha-ching.
Shopify, when I was the DNVR merch manager, elite website, elite everything. Loved
The
it.
personal
website.
testimony.
Wow.
Let's go now back to around to the association here. The Orlando Magic fall to the New York Knicks, and this is a big game because the Orlando Magic lost Franz Wagner just 7 minutes into this game. By the way,
do you need a moment?
I mean, it's tough. You know what's
take one
tough?
here?
It's my guy on my guy crime. It was Anthony Black who threw the worst lob ever to Franz Wagner. Way too late.
While blaming your guy for
Wow,
your guy's
just
injury.
throwing him under the bus.
Well, I mean, it happened. It's a thing that actually happened. And then it put him in a really tight spot. He jumped and then just got clobbered, fell really awkwardly. And I say that to say, man, a couple things. One, Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero somehow are ships passing in the night. They rarely get to play together. One will get injured as soon as the other one comes back. Paolo was literally back for one game.
Yeah. Yep.
One game, and then all of a sudden now Franz is out, maybe for a very long time.
Unbelievable.
But even more importantly, I thought there was a real chance that they were going to get 30 games into their partnership this year and pull the plug on it. Really, they think that was a storyline that could have happened. And then on top of that, we talked about the the all-star spot, Franz Wagner vying for the same spot that Jamal Murray will be, maybe eliminates himself from that. So I don't know, just kind of, to me, the Orlando Magic are a little cursed.
Yeah, they do seem a little cursed. I mean, you could talk yourself into like Wagner and Paolo being the reincarnation of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, at those positions, kind of playing in the same way.
Okay, you could talk yourself into
But
that.
it just doesn't seem like it's gonna get there.
They might just never get a chance, man. It happens in
Yeah.
sports. Also, by the way, the funniest moment of the season happened in this game.
What's that? Oh, the Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain, who's on one this year, he has had like 6 or 7 of these. Who was it? Do you remember that he threw it at OG Anunoby?
I think that
Was
is-
it OG
I think that
Anunoby? I
was
think it
OG
was too.
Anunoby.
Yeah, it was
out of bounds,
Anunoby.
and he was clearly pissed at him. So he grabbed the ball on live play and threw it as hard as he could at him, the way you would like throw it when you're falling out of bounds. He was not falling out of bounds.
I just watched it. He's 2 feet flat on the
Yeah.
ground.
He's
the
like
ball is
laying
set
on the
in
ground
toes,
in
as they
pain.
say.
The ball is
Yeah.
and he winds up.
I wish we could show this play safely because you have to go look at this play. He throws it as hard as he can, and then he turns to the ref and he goes, "Our ball." Out on him, out on the guy I just threw my.
Ref's
and
like, yeah, I know, man. I know. I
The
saw.
ref's like, "No, technical foul."
He has the ball. They could run a fast break.
I do love the idea. Like, what is it in this rule book that says you can't do that? Is there a rule?
No.
You know what I mean? There's got to be a rule, though.
The rule is do it enough times and someone's going to smack you in the face.
It's too funny, man. Funniest play of the year. Celtics beat the Raptors 121-113. The Raptors, man.
Sliding.
Just like this, I think there's that 3 in a row. This is the thing that sucks about being a good team. If you're not a good team, but you look like a good team, 3 in a row just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And now they're 15-10.
Yeah.
That's so painful for them.
The Celtics are in third.
This was my. I called this on All NBA a week and a half ago. I was like, I think they're good. I think they're actually. I know. Joey Maz. I hate that guy
I
is
can't
good.
believe it, man.
Dude, he's such a good coach.
I can't believe it.
Fucking love that
Agenda
guy.
nightmare.
Write the report.
Agenda nightmare. And then the Grizzlies beat the Trailblazers. Do you remember when the Trailblazers were good?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what we were saying earlier with this NBA All-Star talk. Like the guys who were in that Jamal Murray spot on Team World got off to these red hot starts this season.
Right.
Yeah.
Giddey, Avdia, and those guys have still been playing well, but their teams have been tanking. Like
good point.
compared to where they were in November. So that has a big, that your team success plays a huge factor in all-star selection.
Kind of, though. But at the same time, it's like he's a number 1 on a bad team versus the number 2 on a good team. It just depends on how they'll grade it.
Yeah.
His numbers are good. We'll have to see. But if they keep sucking like this, then it won't matter. Grizzlies get the win. By the way, let me see here. You know who is freaking a juggernaut? Zach Edey. Today he didn't have that impressive of a line, just 12 points, 10 rebounds. But since he came back, they have been playing pretty well. He's kind of a big impact player. He had 7 turnovers tonight, which is weird.
Player.
He's a
He is
huge,
enormous.
huge individual.
The last one we have here for you guys, the Warriors beat the Bulls 123-91.
What's the Bulls record now?
The Bulls are 9-14. The Blazers
They're
are
done.
9-15. Oh man. It is hilarious that first week and a half of the season when everyone proclaims what's going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
100%.
Because the Bulls are now they are out of the play-in. The
No
Bucks back
Curry
in.
in this game. No Draymond in this game.
That's embarrassing, actually, man.
Pat Spencer show.
You can't lose to that Warriors team by 31 or 32 without those guys.
I think the Mavericks might be good. They're on the rise now. I'm telling you, the league, it just goes through these ebbs and flows. You hear? Anybody super chat us today?
A nice little screen. Look at that, dude.
Is he throwing? Which one is he? I can barely tell. Number
He's already
3?
thrown it. Just to be clear, he had that thing in the restricted area 2 feet
he was
down.
fine.
He was totally
Just
fine.
throws it at him.
He must hate OG Anunoby.
Bane is very he flips really easy.
He
He flips out. I don't know what it is.
Us tiny guys, we're easy to fire up.
Oh, player of the game.
Player of the game. Who got it? It's gonna be Jamal.
It is Jamal.
That's the best. Yeah, lost it. There it is.
There it is. Jamal Fleury. Kinda, maybe it was. That was a huge
It was a
flurry.
huge flurry.
Definitely.
That was
Then
a
it just
but then it went away. That was a Colorado flurry.
It was a Colorado.
24 hours. A foot of snow.
Blizzard, then 60 degrees.
Then it melted
next day.
itself. Yeah. So,
Also, I just want to say that Win came in 3rd in the polls for
I
player
was
of the
in the
game.
poll?
I put him in the poll just to see how many votes he'd get. It's Murray 55, Nikola 29, Harrison 12, and Big Val 5%.
All right,
beat Big Val.
All right,
Very
I'll
impressive.
take that. That's a win.
Why don't we hit those super chats, man? The Boys Dad Triple Crown Sunday for Denver Sports. Next opportunity will be for the Jokić Triple Crown.
Wow. The Jokić Triple Crown. Jokić, December 15th, Christmas Day, Minnesota, Serbian Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
I like it.
I just cannot read those.
Yeah.
Nash Sweden 3484. P-Watt, you are a pro. Fix at least your free throws, man.
It is true. He has been missing some free throws lately.
Uncle Rico's Revenge 5280. Broncos and Nuggets win. 3 winners lounges.
I know. 3 winners lounges at DNVR today, man.
Hell yeah.
5-5-5-5-5-5-ish. Perfect sports. Denver Sports Day completed 120 bench 3-pointers down. Only 435 till 555. No side quest update. Zeke didn't play. We did not give up 40 points in a quarter today. Pick it.
I like it. I think the 3 should have been the E. I would have guessed, not the K.
I would agree.
Yeah, but you know what? Whatever.
But I could read it just fine. Kyle M20. Hey, Vogt.
You get this one.
you got
You get
one.
this one.
I'm gonna have to remind Kale to put that down in the
Yeah,
official.
put that one down.
AJ Cornstar. Hey, Eric Weedham.
Okay, you can't be taking
You
Kyle's
can't take
bit.
bits, guys.
No,
What's
you
going
can't-
on here?
You can't,
All right.
doesn't
Wait, what
work.
if Kyle is like Cedric? He's got 8 accounts.
Kyle would never do that.
Well, let's just move on to the next super chat.
I know.
Yeah, this
Kyle.
one. We'll get back on track on this
Get
next
the-
one.
Hey, Vogt.
What?
From Game
This is
Shine.
getting out of control.
What's going on here?
That
Does
does
not
count.
count.
It doesn't count.
Hey, Game Shine, appreciate you. The Fox Prince 789 double Denver too close wins tonight. Triple, dude. Happy to see Jamal owning his leadership role early. We knew the Hawks and Hornets were going to want wins from us this weekend, but we clawed our way out alive.
Oh yeah, we did.
The Fox Prince 789. Sorry, triple Colorado team.
The error cost you $1.99.
Appreciate you chiming in to clarify. I
do love you.
Wizard, we're streaking. Took the day off work for this one.
Nice.
Wow. It's a Sunday that you took
pastor?
off to watch the Hornets. That's just a lot going on there. V8 Tiger AU.
I think those are the only jobs that work on Sunday.
Very strange.
Maybe he's an NBA podcast.
Yeah, I was
I don't
going
know.
to say. Then there's us. Hashtag Jamal Star. Hashtag the year Jamal Murray. Hashtag Yaya. Fire it up.
Fired up.
Fired up.
And also send us home. We have off day shows all week, so if you're a Nuggets fan, join us for them. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us as the Nuggets win, Nuggets roll. We'll see you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.